you've hurt her a lot.
Men, unfortunately, men have, like you said, it's not a good thing.
No.
Men are built the same way without God. And then tells Allah in the holy book in scriptures. If I wasn't a Muslim, I'd be worse than anyone. No, my boundaries are set by God.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's instinctive.
You can find men who do not have that, who do not seem to have that desire to go out and even though. Well, let me tell you one more thing first. Societally, men look at the world slightly different than women. As well. We look at the world in terms of like completed tasks. If a man gets a Porsche, he goes bang, tick off. Okay, I got a Porsche. When am I getting a Rari? That's just it.
Yeah.
I got a house. Okay, cool. When am I getting a mansion? That's just how we, and in the world we live in, men are hyper competitive, right? So the second you get something, you're not allowed to really look at it and enjoy it too much. You've got to go on to the next thing. And unfortunately, we do that with women. We want to go bang. Okay, she's a solid chick. She's home. She ain't cheating. Boom. Okay, let me get another home. That's just how we are, right? Which is part of it societally. But also from an evolutionary perspective, yes, we're evolved to do these things. And you can find men who don't seem to have the instinct to chase those of women, but that's going to be the same man who doesn't have the instinct to chase those of money, get power, get influence, be the top dog. The top dog is going to be the top dog in everything. And if you find that guy, if you find a dude who's out there and he's truly top dog across all spheres, he's not going to ignore this part of his life, unfortunately. Unless something like religion, but it has to be a conscious decision. Yeah. It has to be something you decide.
He has to actively decide.
You have to actively decide. If you're just going to say, what do I feel like doing? Well, I feel like leaving her there and going out with the boys. That's what I feel like doing.
A few moments back, he's right. Women do want that bad guy. Like, I remember a guy it was a mugshot.
Yeah.
He's a model now.
Yeah. What's his name again?
Jeremy.
He's handsome. He was dating
everyone was sharing this picture. Oh, he's so hot. He's a convict. Why don't you say the same thing about Jimmy Savile?
Because he's not hot.
Yeah, but that's what this guy's a criminal. So, for example, they're promoting a guy who's had a mugshot. Who knows what he's done? It could have been. No one cared what he did.
Yeah.
He's cool. Why? They love that whole image which portrayed through hip hop and movies. Bad boy, cool. And then they complain.
Yeah.
I haven't got the good guy who works 9 to 5, loves me, holds my hand, massages my neck. I've seen guys do that to a wife, and I've been pulled up and go, you're not affectionate. So,
but isn't it the same? I know, I hate to be this person who's always like, oh, but isn't it the same? We get Laurie Harvey, who's stunning, beautiful. Guys want to be her, but they know she's not. She's a male. Oh, you know who Laurie Harvey is? No. How do you guys not know who Laurie Futures? Okay, let's take a really hot girl.
Rania.
Oh, let's take
I see Queen Rania.
Yeah, you like a nice girl, yeah.
Classy, powerful. Queen Rania for me.
Yeah. Who's your celebrity crush? Do you have a celebrity crush?
He doesn't even know.
No?
He's not on social media.
Yeah, but the top tier girls who's the sexiest, and she's also going to come with problems. Beautiful girls that are hard work. They're not easy.
Like you said, we change with age and evolve. I've got to that point where I find powerful women attractive, who raise kids, who are side by side with her king, or whatever. I love that. For me, there's some shakers here who are influencers. I respect. That's what I see as a woman. When you're young, Samantha Fox when you're a young kid, this, that, but Pamela Anderson, but that's just perversion.
Yeah. It's also very difficult. Like, I have so much respect for women who really stick by their men and, do it for the family.
Yeah,
it's so hard to find these loyal women nowadays, and I really think it's because of the influence of these, influencers. I mean,
when a lot of the stigma behind just running to a new man disappears, then it's the answer for everything. It's the cure-all. That's the problem with the West. The reason the West is impossible to find a wife is because she's been through so many dudes before you. The second you half annoy her 1%, well, her answer is new dude. That's just her answer. So you can't ever have any half an argument. You can't miss a good morning text.
Yeah, that's very true.
It's garbage, right? So you need that stigma there. Yeah. And when that's gone, it's difficult. And relationships as a whole are difficult. If I was a girl, I have no idea what kind of guy I would date. Because do you really want that dude? Do you really want that guy?
Would you date you? That's the
well, the thing is,
that's a good question. Would you date you?
I'll tell you all the good and bad about it.
Yeah, go ahead. I think we should all do. You tell me yours. Go on.
But let's apply it to something. Let's look at men like cars. If you want a Ferrari, everyone else is going to be jealous of your Ferrari, and it's going to be exciting, and it's going to be a bunch of fun. But it's never going to be as reliable as a Nissan. To sit and say, I want a Ferrari reliable like a Nissan is unrealistic. Right. You have to make a choice. Now, some people choose Nissans because all they care about is reliability. If you're going to be like, I want a guy, like you said, the nice guy who does this, you can get a Nissan. But any girl can get a Nissan any day of the week, and they never seem to want them. But you can go out there right now and find a dude who's going to pay your bills, do this, do that. You're both beautiful very easily. But then you look at the Ferrari and you want the Ferrari. Well, the Ferrari comes with a bunch of problems. It's unreliable, it's expensive, sometimes doesn't want to work, whatever. Yeah. That's it. So you have to choose what kind of guy you want.
So you are.
I am 1,000% Bugatti Pagani. I in trouble.
You're gonna,
but,
yeah.
No, but I mean, I'll be, because we're on a podcast, I'll be brutally honest. The kind of guy I am.
Yeah.
I believe in taking care of a woman. I think if a woman's mine and I can trust her and she's loyal, I would make sure she's financially taken care of. I think that's actually how men show a lot of their love.
Yeah.
I think a lot of love is shown by making sure the house is stable, paid for, finances.
Yeah.
They ain't got to worry about nothing. I think that's how love is shown. Women primarily show their love through sexual exclusivity. I'm not saying I'm going to be out there being a massive cheater or something, but I am the kind of guy who, I'm out. Oh, well, you said you're coming home. I said I'm out. Like, I'll see you tomorrow. Like I'm busy. Like, and that's just who I am as a person. But I don't think if a woman looks to me and goes, I want Tate and all of his status and all of his fame and all of his money, but I want him to do as I say, well, then you're delusional.
So hold on, you're really diplomatic. You still haven't answered the question. Would you date yourself?
Well, this is the thing. Okay, let me give another politician's answer. Women seem to want to date men who are at that absolute top tier of status who they can't control. That's who women choose. Let's forget, like, would I date me? That's who women choose. Let's look at who women as a whole are choosing. When Chris Brown walks in the club and the girls start screaming, not a single one is thinking he's gonna be loyal and stay home. It doesn't cross their mind. They don't give a shit. It's all status. So if you're gonna find a guy with that much status and all them options, plus his biological programming, you're gonna have fucking trouble. You're not gonna have Mr. Dependable.
But are you gonna attract a good girl? Are you gonna attract a wife with that kind of a status, or are you gonna attract a hoe?
I think
because a wife is going to look at a Chris Brown and see that lifestyle and think, amazing, I would love to be with him, but there's no point. We're never going to get married. So khalas. So what kind of woman are you going to attract?
Well, that comes into that's where the game gets difficult, right? Because Chris Brown can walk with that good girl out of the club and he can convince her that he will be good to her.
Well, he's not going to find a good girl in the club.
Yeah. Well, not in the club, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Still a part of being a
good girls,
is being able to vet
good girls do not avoid high status males. Not at all. Good girls, they may not stick around as much or something like that, but good girls do not avoid high status males. High status males do not have any disadvantage across any of the playing fields at all. It doesn't matter if you're a high status male who's the most famous man in the world has an advantage with virgins and hoes alike. The exact same. He's that guy. That's it.
But do you think they have a skewed vision because they've only been around women that want to be with them, but true wives wouldn't even talk to them?
I don't know if that's true.
But you'd have a skewed vision. If you're a high value man, you'd have a skewed. Oh, don't get excited. If you're a high value, successful man, your filter is naturally certain types of women. A good girl at home, she would be afraid to talk to you, intimidate. You would never come across her in your life.
No, you can still come across her. I mean,
how?
Yeah, you can definitely come across good girls. There's good girls everywhere. There's good girls, but also I'll tell you another thing that a part of this equation to have the conversation professionally is. Yeah. A lot of women are a reflection of their men. So a lot of women, especially if they're not completely broken, let's say you've had a girl, she's had 3 or 4 boyfriends, whatever.